season is a top-class number 6, Casemiro, who is obviously adored by Manchester United. I think they, obviously singing about him staying an extra year, but they are going to be looking for an extra number 6. They're all but certain to have secured Champions League football. And you can see Manchester United just look, it's weird them not being in Europe, but that season without Europe has really helped them. But next season they'll be back in Europe. All the fixtures, they need a stronger squad. And Real Madrid reportedly open to offers because Florentino Perez would potentially, like
Tchouaméni to Manchester United, dream signing or transfer fantasy. The football world has once again been set alight by transfer speculation, with fresh reports linking Real Madrid midfielder Aurélien Tchouaméni to a potential move to Manchester United. As the Red Devils continue their search for long-term stability in midfield, the idea of bringing in one of Europe's most complete defensive midfielders has understandably captured the imagination of fans. Tchouaméni, known for his physical dominance, tactical intelligence, and calmness under pressure, has developed into one of the finest players in his position. Since joining Real Madrid, he has grown into a crucial figure, capable of shielding the defense while also contributing to ball progression. His profile perfectly matches the modern demands of a top-level defensive midfielder, something Manchester United have been striving to secure consistently in recent years. At Old Trafford, the need for midfield evolution is becoming increasingly clear. Casemiro, while still capable of top performances, is no longer the long-term solution. Injuries, age, and the intensity of the Premier League have exposed the need for a younger, more dynamic presence in that role. Tchouaméni, at his peak years, appears to be an ideal successor on paper. However, the reality of such a transfer is far more complicated than the headlines suggest. Real Madrid are not a selling club when it comes to their key young talents. Tchouaméni is part of a carefully constructed midfield core designed to dominate European football for years to come. Letting him leave would not only weaken their squad but also disrupt long-term planning. Unless the player actively pushes for a move or an extraordinary financial offer is presented, Madrid have little incentive to even consider negotiations. Financially, the deal would also pose a significant challenge. Any attempt to sign Tchouaméni would likely require a fee well in excess of €100 million, placing immense pressure on Manchester United's transfer strategy. In a market where financial efficiency is increasingly important, committing such a sum to a single player may limit the club's ability to strengthen other key areas. There is also the question of competition. A player of Tchouaméni's caliber would attract interest from multiple elite clubs should he ever become available. Manchester United would not only need to meet Real Madrid's valuation but also convince the player that their project is the right step forward in his career. So what is really driving these rumors? More often than not, transfer speculation of this nature emerges from a mix of logic and opportunity. Manchester United need a midfielder. Tchouaméni fits the profile perfectly. From there, the narrative builds momentum, even in the absence of concrete negotiations. It is a familiar pattern in modern football, where plausible connections quickly evolve into widespread rumors. That said, the appeal of the move cannot be denied. Tchouaméni would bring balance, athleticism, and control to Manchester United's midfield, qualities that have been inconsistent in recent seasons. His presence could elevate the team's overall structure and provide a foundation for future success. Yet, for now, the transfer remains more fantasy than reality. Until there is credible movement from either the player or Real Madrid, this story sits firmly in the realm of speculation. Manchester United's midfield rebuild will continue, but whether it includes a blockbuster move for Tchouaméni is a question that, at present, has no clear answer. For fans, it is a reminder of how the transfer market often works: exciting, unpredictable, and sometimes driven more by possibility than probability.